Good morning, everybody. It's Sunday and I am trying to get my brain straightened out. I, I don't know. It's Sunday. I'm trying to relax and rest, and my brain is not able to keep on track with certain things. Especially when I get disturbances that interrupt my first video that I just kind of like went blank on. But to make things short, we're doing good here. We're still working things out about our being. I know several people have said rent one for a weekend. I've had a couple of people who addressed like their concerns about Jerry's health, which I'm going to get straight right now because here's the thing. We both want to go RVing. We both want to get out and see new areas and meet people and do things fun. But we both understand it cannot happen until Jerry's doctors have given her an okay for such activities. Because there is three different things holding us back. One is she cannot put weight on her right leg still. We're hoping when we go on Jerry's birthday in July, on July 13th, that they give her the green light. And then the next thing that needs to be done after that is she needs to have her vertebrae bombarded with radiation to heal it. And then once that's done, she can do the RV thing. Until then, it's just a dream or a desire more than just a dream. It's a very big desire on both of our plates on a back burner or back setting, however you want to put it. I don't know about Jerry, but I've already had a few people trying to be negative about it. And all I have to say is, you're not going to change your minds. If we both want it and we're both adamant about it, we're going to get it done somehow. Of course, we've also talked about the possibility of the inevitable. And what would I do after she's gone? And I basically said that I would either carry on with the RVing, or most likely what I'll do is I'll live out of the RV and work Yellowstone during the winter or during the summertime, and the Grand Canyon area during the winter. I will just basically be one of these people who float from national park to national park until I can't do it no more. Once that happens, I will either settle down in a retirement community or an old folks home, and who knows. The thing is, the future is not written. We cannot dictate nor determine what the future is going to be. We can only hope and dream and prepare. Now, I have been working around the house the last couple of days, a little bit here, a little bit there, trying to clean up and prepare my house for the possibility of summer visits. In other words, if we're not going anywhere, maybe we'll have people from family from New York or friends from Texas, maybe even Florida, or maybe her sister or one of her nieces from Vegas come out to visit for a period of time. So I want to try to get the guest room prepped for that, and I want to try to get the common areas cleaned up and prepped. I'm fine with the possibility of people visiting. In fact, I kind of encourage it, especially right now, because we don't know what's going on. We don't know. All we know with Jerry right now is the cancer is in not a 100% remission, but it is shrinking. It is healing. Her bones are healing. Last time we went for a full bone scan, which was about a month and a half to 2 months ago, there was evidence where the cancer around her kidney was shrinking, and the cancer that was in her bones has either shrunken or dissipated, and the bone structure itself was recalcifying or hardening, however you want to put it. So we know that Jerry's getting better. We know that Jerry was healing faster than what the doctors suspected. But we know that what we need to do is every 3 months, I think it was 90 days, something like that, to go to the doctor and have her scans done to see if they need to put her back, if she needs to go back onto treatments or wait another 3 months. So we know that we have a 3 month stretch of time once the doctor has given her the okay to move about normally, to go out and enjoy seeing the sights, RVing, whatever. So far as I'm concerned, anybody who says otherwise is fooling themselves, because I'm listening to the doctors and I'm listening to, listening to Jerry Ann to see how she feels and whatnot. And if she starts to feel like ick again, to set up an appointment to go see the doctor so they can give her a quick exam and decide what's going on and what she needs to do. And I'm the one who's advising her not to ignore any aches and pains. If there are any aches and pains that are either extremely new, like they're new and they're hurting, that we may want to go see the doctor just to have it examined to make sure it's not cancer popping back up, or see. Basically, I'm letting her go by her feelings, and I'm advising her with what I think. So depending on how she feels, I will think about it and give her my advice. Now, just like me, I can take the advice and run with it, or I could take the advice and not even worry about it. I do not try to push her to do anything unless I personally think that it should be, looked into before it gets worse. Because that's exactly what happened before. Was she thought it was just simple muscle spasm or cramps or whatnot, until they got so painful that she couldn't sit upright. And that's when I was like, okay, you need to see the doctor now. And it took me and her bestie, Lisa, some coaxing, some strong, heavy-duty coaxing to get her to go see the doctor. But since both of us are adamant about RVing and going out and seeing the countryside and enjoying whatever time she has left, because this is something she wants to do, and since the doctors have not given us a date of demise, we're trying to work with the doctors and make our plans. In fact, I have a second cousin. I think I've already said this. I have a second cousin who's having a high school graduation party June 4th. And we're trying to get our ducks in a row to find out who's doing what to who. I will be the driver. I can tell you this much. So the first day is going to be a drive from here to St. Louis. If my aunt decides to go, we'll be picking her up. And then I will drive from St. Louis to this side of Indianapolis, I think. Basically 6-hour drive, or 5.5 hours, depending on traffic and whatnot. I will be the one driving, and I've already told everybody, if I'm the driver, 1, I'm picking the music. Two, if Jerry's going with us, because she doesn't know if she's going to or not because of her health. Whoever's sitting in the front seat next to me is going to have to be the person opening up the bottle of soda and handing it to me when I ask for it. Otherwise, what I might do is I might get one of my flip top sport bottles and fill it up with soda and just be able to pick that up, flip it up, and flip the straw up and take a drink and then put it back down without too many hassles. But my thing is, if Jerry Ann doesn't go, we'll go in Mom's car, because that would be big enough for the three of us. And that way, if I start getting like drowsy or anything like that in between major cities, we can pull over and Mom can take over. So it's one of those things where it's like, well, depending on this, and this, depends on if we're going or not. Because I kind of don't want to go if Jerry doesn't go. It's one of those things. But I'm not going to force Jerry to go, and depending on how adamant how Mom or Sue feels about me doing a good portion of the driving, that's what we'll figure out. Because I know Mom will not want to drive through St. Louis. She'll probably not want to deal with Indianapolis or Columbus. So, yeah. Which means I have to I will have to program my phone for the trip. But we'll see. Anyhow, so much I wanted to talk about, but so much that my brain is like all over the place. Oh, again, Jerry got a piece of some equipment for RVing, and I could use this here at the house, but I don't need to. It's a natural bamboo kitchen tool, six different kitchen tools. And I haven't even opened this up yet because I figured if it's for camping, I don't want to, mess them up or anything like that. But let's see here. Oh, I don't even have to keep them in the box. They're nice and neatly stored in a netting. But that's them right there, and each handle's got a different color on top. And basically, probably easier to show the box than the actual tools. It has, let's see here. Let's see if I. Basically, bamboo tools and easy care, simply hand wash with mild, warm, soapy water. Hand up and hang up. They say hand up and air dry thoroughly. Do not put them into the dishwasher. Of course not. The last set of bamboo utensils I had, the spatula got cracked in the water. But anyhow, it has a risotto spoon, which is that top one. Slotted spatula, Turner spatula, slotted spoon, cooking spoon, and rounded fork, which is this one right here with the blue blue handle. I'm like, rounded fork? I've never used a rounded fork before. But, hey, you know what? I will keep them safe and store them with all the other RV stuff that I have down below. But I tell you this much, I ain't worried about what other people say. If Jerry Ann and I decide that we want to go RVing, we're going to go RVing. One other thing that just popped in my head is somebody said that they're missing the clean-cut look. Well, I'm not going to say I'm not disappointing you, because I told myself that during the summertime, I will probably trim it up. Especially, I'm thinking that like the side area from a certain point down is getting like shaved off. Try to clean this up a little bit, but I want it to grow long. And I'm debating what I'm going to do when I go back to work in the fall. Because if I have to, I'll trim it up. I'll cut it back down to a professional length and whatnot, even though I don't want to. And that's one of my whole things is I'm tired of doing what people want me to do. I am wanting to do what I want to do and not worry about what other people say or think or want, because one, I'm an independent person. I don't have to do anything I don't want to do. I really don't. There's a lot of times there's things I don't want to do for Jerry because of the fact that I'm tired or I'm just not feeling it. But I do it anyhow because of the fact that she needs it done. But as for my hair and my beard and all that, I don't have to do anything I don't want to do with it. And that's the way I want to be the rest of my life. I'm just tired of every Tom, Dick, and Jane trying to get me to do what they want me to do. That includes the government. That includes just people here on Facebook. I did not start my Facebook channel to be told what to do or to have somebody dictate my life. This is my life. This is Jerry's life. This is not your life. I don't live your life. You don't live mine. I'm happy with the way I am. I'm happy with the person I am. I'm happy with some of the changes I'm trying to make. I'm just tired of people telling me what to do. And I don't mean just general people. I mean the government, my job, people that don't really know me. People who, it's like, okay, yeah, there's a lot of things that I used to have or used to do or used to be. And sometimes I miss. But you know what? Life is ever evolving. It's ever changing. There is one day I could feel like crap and don't want to do diddly squat. And then there are other days where I wake up and I'm fully energized and I want to conquer the world. Do I get to do any of that? No. Why? Because I have a spouse. I have to take care of her. We're trying to work out a system where I can have time for self-care and do whatever I want. This particular time is not considered time for self-care. But we're trying to iron things out. We're trying to make things less stressful, more smooth and durable or doable. Excuse me. Dry eye with allergy, not fun. Because I feel like I'm getting like crusty eye. But I'm here to do two things. one, talk about stuff that's on my brain, and two, I don't know if I should call it entertainment or attempting to discuss things that I'm interested in that might be informable and not informable, informationable. Never mind, Jim. You can't say the word, so just shush. Um, yes, I do talk to myself. Um, I have not been diagnosed with it yet, but I could swear there are times where I feel like it's either dual personality or insanity because I talk to myself. Um, Sometimes when I'm talking to myself, I'm not even talking in my own voice. I'm talking, in a voice that I've heard belongs to a character from my youth, even my dad, certain people that I've come to know and think of them as a person of authority or a person of knowledge. But maybe I am going insane. I don't know. No, I have not gone to see a psychiatrist for any reason as of yet because I am, or not a psychiatrist, somebody that can help me out. Because I just feel like I don't have the time to do that. Even though Jerry says, we can make the time for it. So I'm like, okay, yeah. But I am wanting, and I know a lot of people want the same thing, to just live my own life. Now, some of these people we've watched on YouTube that do RVing have converted their minivans into mini RVs. For the most part, most of those people are living independently. They don't have to worry about a job. They don't have to worry about kids. They don't have to worry about anything or anyone but themselves. And I'm like, I want that. Not that I don't want. Not that I want to think about just myself, but I want to be able to get out there and not worry about anything. The only thing I want to worry about is where are we going? What kind of adventures are we just throwing caution to the wind and picking a point on the map and going there? Or are we just like, we're not even picking a destination, we're just going to get in a van and go in a direction we haven't gone in yet, or try to go to a place that we haven't gone yet. And if we don't make it all the way up there, oh well, we had an adventure. Not saying that we didn't make it there because the factor, the unfortunate happened, but because the factor we got to a point where we weren't expecting and decided to spend the weekend there and then come back home. It's one of those things where it's like, pull up a map of the United States, put it on a pin board or push board or whatnot, and throw a dart, and wherever the dart lands, we go. You know, oh look, we're going to what is that, Kalamazoo? Okay, um, that kind of thing. I the only places or plans that I have for going is places that Jay hasn't seen that she wants to see, like Yellowstone National Park, the Grand Canyon during the daytime, the Redwood Forest of California. I want to go up towards Seattle, Washington, to see if Matt's home. She wants to go up to see Mount Rushmore, which one of those things where it's like I could take it or leave it. She wants to go up north and meet up with a friend, a friend of hers. We had talked about traveling around and meet meet up with people we know from YouTube and have a cup of coffee or dinner or whatever. I want to go hunting, and I don't mean deer hunting or anything like that. I mean Well, I'm not going to get into it. I there's a lot of things we both want to do. We don't know how much time we have left together, so it's kind of like one of those things. Like we'd rather do it sooner than later, but we can't really do it until she's healed, until the doctor, until she can walk again, and until she can get rid of that dang brace, or get one that fits her better, because she's lost a good amount of weight since they put her in that brace. That, in fact, I don't think they measured her properly in the first place. So, yeah, I understand Jerry's urgency. I understand my own urgency, but I'm wanting to go back to the way it was before I met Jerry. Not being alone, not being single. No, I could not. I don't foresee me being able to live a single life again. Of course, I'm thinking that when I'm by myself again, I'll probably get myself a dog or something like that, because they're loyal. Most dogs are loyal if you treat them right. I don't think I can be looking for another companion other than a dog. I don't. I think my days of yeah, scratch that. I don't know what I'm thinking all of a sudden, but yeah. Living out of the back end of a minivan that gets turned into an RV is good for one person, but two people. I guess I guess it would work if we did it a certain way. Good thing about most of the builds, or most of the one lady that I saw, who was a single person, she was a minimalist, and all she had in the back end was not a mattress, but a thick foam pad with sleeping bag on top of that, and very little to nothing in there. Most of the time when she was parked and staying wherever she was staying, most of the extras that she had in there for like cooking and food and whatnot would go up towards the front seat, and then she'd just use the whole back end for living. I guess, excuse me. I can see doing certain things for certain reasons or whatnot, but that would be good for me and me alone. But again, the future is unknown. There's a lot of unknowns involved, so we won't know until we do it. But anyhow, it's funny. I came on here thinking, oh, Sunday we'll talk about, oh, maybe we shouldn't talk about religion, because there's a lot of people out there who don't know how to look at the other side of the coin, or wants to be so ultra Christian that it kind of drives me crazy, because it's like, religion is not just a Christian thing. It's a personal thing. It's how you feel towards various religions or whatnot. And I personally think that if Christ can sit down and break bread or have a meal with the lowest of the low of his time, which were let's see here. One was a prostitute, the other one was a murderer, and then the other one, which was considered to be lower than the murderer, was a tax collector. And he sat and broke bread with them and spoke to them about various things. And he spoke to each and every, each one of them individually in an individual pattern that, well, I am pretty sure, knowing what I read and what I believe or feel is basically he told them about the rewards awaiting for them in heaven, and you know, stopping their sinful ways, and you know, speaking to to praying to God. But I have a feeling that in modern day times, he would probably do the same thing with gangbangers and criminals and prostitutes and who knows whom else. But I feel in my heart of hearts that if our roots are deep in Christianity, that no matter what you did or decide to do, as long as you remain steadfast with Christianity or Christ, it doesn't matter how many books I read on different religions or different cultures, as long as I don't practice their beliefs or practice their ways, and know and realize that my life and my heart and my soul belongs to Him, I'll be good. I won't have to worry about, people's retribution or rebukes or anything of that nature. Because I strongly believe that Christ's whole mission was not only to know everyone and try to do everything He can to persuade them in a gentle, loving manner to follow His Father. I don't think there's anything wrong with what I do. I strongly believe that no matter how much I read or how much I do that seems non-Christian, as long as I remain steadfast with Christ, everything will be a-okay, including not going to a church building. Like the Bible says, if there's 2 or more of you, I am there. And my wife and I have our own methodology of praying to God or praising God or anything like that. But we're both raised in a different form of Christianity, but still it was Jesus-based, Bible-based. I was born and raised a non-denominational Christian. She was raised Catholic. I don't see anything wrong with either method or belief system, because they are both based from a biblical point of view. Even though sometimes I don't understand Catholics and their practices, I do understand that they're God-fearing men and women, and that's what matters the most. So I am going to go ahead and leave you with those thoughts, those words, and let you mull those over. If you like this little vlog, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments about this, try to make them as positive as possible. I have an algorithm that weeds out certain phrases or words. So if you don't see your comment right away, that's what it is. It's waiting for me to approve or disapprove of the comment. But I do look them over. If you want to join my channel for various interests or whatnot, that's your choice. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button, and once you do that, you can there will be a little bell that pops up. Click on that bell and YouTube will let you know when I put in my next video. Until next time, you guys have a good day. Bye.